Well, Mollywood needs some cleanup. Hey everybody, Reefgrrl here, and welcome to my channel. Before we get into it, if you haven't already, I would love it if you would go and subscribe. And while you're there, hit that notification bell so you can be kept right up to date with everything I have coming your way in the next couple of months. Okay, let's get to it. For the past 4 months, I've been raising Molly babies, 6 to be exact, and I've been keeping them in a breeder box suction cup to the front glass. I finally released them into the tank last night, and they're doing really well. I was unable to take good care of the glass because not only the breeder box, but also the location of 2 further frag racks in here. I could not get in there with the scraper to keep things clean. And I have a confession to make. I got these 4 zoanthid frags at the KW Coral Show November 17th. Today is December 31st. Yeah, this frag rack has been in here for far too long. Besides the zoanthids, I have a citrus rhodactis and a purple and green candy cane. The candy cane is going in Mollywood. I have a spot picked out. And the citrus rhodactis is something I'm hoping to trade with a fellow hobbyist. It's split into 2. But the frag rack has been here so long that coralline is starting to grow on the glass. Another problem is my emerald green Pocillopora is bleaching. Although there are still polyps, I think it's just not getting enough light because look, there's the frag rack. And at the back there you can see the toadstool. It is looking really rough. I'm going to have to do something about that. I'm going to be fragging this Gorgonian. Ultimately there will be 1 small branch and the rest will be turned into frags that I'm hoping to trade in at my local fish store. I'm going to have to make a decision about the weepy toadstool. It is large enough now that it could be fragged. It's leaning over so much it's starting to impact the Palithoa underneath. And if you look here, it's already shaded out those zoanthids, not to mention the sponge. And whoa, look at the glass. It's pretty bad. When it comes to looking after a tank, this is about as bad as it gets for me. And this happened because I was reluctant to start moving the breeder box around in order to scrape it. And this little candy cane has been through a lot with my tanks. It's a small frag from that one in the back corner, and I think I finally found a good spot for it in Mollywood because it has improved so much since I put it here. My bounce mushroom has not been looking good lately, so yesterday I decided to start feeding it with some zoanthid food from Aquaforest. Today it already is looking better. As always, the torch is looking ridiculous. Everything else here is doing well other than the emerald green Pocillopora, which I think is probably closer to the torch than it would like to be. This was a knockdown from the big tank and I put it here to try and just house it for a little while. It's a color morph of the Starburst Montipora that has lime green polyps. It'll go back in the big tank. Now we come to the scary stuff. I need to remove the pump for maintenance because I set this tank up in October of 2018. Now it's December of 2019 and I have never had that pump out for maintenance. So it makes a little clankety clank noise when I start it up. The flow is very weak. I'm 100% sure it needs cleaning very badly. Here's the filter sock. I keep those pads very clean. The skimmer is doing a great job and it needs cleaning too. Check it out, look at that skimmate. There's the center chamber. The pump is on the bottom in the middle there. Also the ATO hose goes there. So here's where the neglect comes in because I've allowed this whole area to become very, very grungy. Those sponges are nitrate reducing and I think it's only because they're good places for beneficial bacteria to host and multiply, so I can't take those out. And here's where I keep my UV sterilizer. I also keep those filter pads cleaned out. Looking along the back, you can see that it really is not clean. It's just overall grungy. So pretty soon I'll have a new return pump. After watching Billy Pipe's series on his new nano tank and seeing what he was doing for a return pump upgrade, I decided I had to have a Jabo DC 1200. So that's on its way from Hong Kong. The minute it arrives, I can get started. It's pretty terrifying to think of the major maintenance this is going to be, and I'm going to be super careful not to put this tank into a cycle. So right at the moment, I'm about to do a water change on Mollywood, and this brings up another point. Even though I've sorely neglected the appearance of the tank, I have kept up with water changes and dosing to maintain calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, nitrate, and phosphate at the levels they need to be to protect and help the inhabitants grow. So I have not neglected water quality. I have had a few questions about what was going on with the bird's nests, the stellata, and the cyphastria after the boiling coral disaster. Well, there they are. They're getting moved into the big tank once I get a different type of frag rack installed in there over on the left wall. My plan is to just make sure they have light and flow and see what happens. I'm not ready to give up on them yet. So that's the summary of changes that are going to happen in this tank over the next couple of weeks. I'll bring you an update when everything is done. Thanks for watching. Bonus clip. This is the $10 Yuma I took a chance on at the KW Coral Show. $10! Under UV light, the skin glows bright red. There's lots of colors in this thing. I think it has potential to be gorgeous.